Time is now. Let's back to the rhymes. So like, wow, he's back to the rhymes. I'm in the blue street dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Planet, the Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. All right, I'm not going to I'll tell you about it, but we'll start with the album. That's the album. You know the album? What? Go and get it. I can't remember the rhyme. Sorry. Didn't sell any, but I'll give you more updates. But nothing happened this week. But checking, maybe something happened. I'm not sure. There's a little challenge we're having. Okay. Country song. Nothing that I can think of, but we'll see. Nothing happened there yet. But now we're going to talk about the YouTube channel, TikTok, and all this. So last week I really pushed myself. Talked to Edwin about that. And he said it's the end of the year, so don't worry about it this week. He hadn't. I did the rhymes for about 20 minutes, which was enough content, written content, but not. I didn't recite them, so he could edit and pull out rhyme of the day out of it. So, and I pushed hard. That was tough. That wasn't as fun as I'm normally used to having when I do this. It's kind of stressful, actually. It was under the gun, and I did it, but it still didn't really accomplish what we want to accomplish. And I mentioned that, for me, I can come up with a rhyme of the day, throughout the week. It's just I had to be somewhat intentional with work and doing that, or maybe half of them come out of the show and half from my day to day. It's a work in progress. We won't worry about it. He also said he suggested I show it's more industry standard to be from here, not too close. And I didn't ask, was that just on the shorts or is that also the show? So I do want to, but I'm doing it for both as best I can. I'll ask. Hearing that the lighting's not ideal for some people's perspective, but he didn't say anything about that, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I had that glitch last week for the short, so it's lost its mojo, its momentum on YouTube. I could probably get it back at some point, but like I said, we're focused on TikTok now. I had like less than 500 views this last time, but that's not terrible, I guess. But yeah, he did say, so in order to stream live on TikTok, which I would do simultaneously with this, I would need 1,000 followers. So he said, okay, I just got to do some research to see how you get 1,000 followers. Cool. Maybe anybody could do the research, me included, right? But he's going to take that on and let me know. So I just feel good about him. Maybe he knows the places to look better than I would, being on the inside, I guess. So it's probably a benefit in some sense to be probably in a place like Seattle if you have people working for social media companies, as far as, that has to be somewhat of an inside advantage if you can have relationships with people who work for these companies they know who does well and who doesn't do well and what's the difference, right? So it's beyond, it's the goal for them, of course, is to have as many eyeballs on those as possible from the content and to sell advertising and all that. So they want basically everyone to do well, right? So that's the goal. And then, of course, there's, on the other hand, we got to back off the screen time. So we're in a bit of a conflict. And you hear about the Zuckerberg or whoever doesn't want his kids on social media. Well, okay. So But and you hear this term doom scroll, I guess, or where did you just? I guess for me, I don't. Maybe I came. It was I'm after that era, but if and I get it because I think all of us have our kind of our things that we enjoy, and we're looking to get those hits, those endorphin hits, and you can get it, I guess, if you scroll long enough or um, looking. I mean, when I have time to look for political videos, and maybe I want to find something that's I feel like I learned something or some ground was gained for the cause, I guess, and then I might be good for the day. For music, definitely want to end on a good song, so that kind of thing. Okay, so that's it for that. Rules of engagement. I did see when I was posting Instagram, it says you are making this public, and therefore anyone can use your content however they want. I'm like, okay, and I guess I've kind of always known that when I've been making these rhymes that they're out there and people can have at it when it comes to that. So all good. Like, that's part of the deal, right? It's just sharing ideas. Okay, so Bellevue Ballers, nothing exactly. Just keep trying to sharpening my craft there. And it's a new year, and my hope is to not. I don't expect to change anything with my job, short of maybe hours, days off, little here and there. I think I want to do 5.5 days on average a week, so maybe every other week have the day off. That's kind of my goal on average, which is better than working all 6 days. So that's my hope. I think that's possible. We'll see. So the music, this is the other thing. So we're talking about this, and I wanted to send. So again, Edward's helping, big, huge help. Type up 3 songs. Tom, we're working on it. My mom got that done. All right, so I'm going to see her New Year's Day and get that. And we're gonna another song. I just need to read it, make sure that everything's right, and then we're gonna type up the last one on New Year's Day. I was hearing I might get some help from another person, but it didn't come through, and it still could come through. But it doesn't come through, I'll do that New Year's Day, and then I'll get that sent off on New Year's Day. So that's my plan for New Year's Day, because that's apparently a heavy lift. I did not have any time on Christmas. Man, I mean, I try to enjoy myself a little, watch a full basketball game, which I can never do, and I still kind of got interrupted, but play Monopoly for 2 hours. Okay, but it is what it is. So New Year's Day, no plans really. So that's the goal. So, and then, and I want to make a group chat that day with all the people, at least my main 4, who's working on this album, and get everyone kind of synced where we're at. And people out of the town now, get them back in town, and then probably start. Like I said, I think with what Edwin's doing back the last 3 songs, those guys working on the first 3 will come together in the middle, and we'll have something kind of put down, at least either a rehearsed practice music or a recorded beat, and that's good headway, doing good. So yeah, I'm very encouraged. Now, merch, another good one. Okay, bad news is my tracking for my merch is horrible. It's not very good for me to say that I'm the vendor, right? So the retailer, their tracking is not great either. So neither of us seem to know who gave how much to who, how much I gave to the retailer to sell. Therefore, they don't know how much they sold. They don't even know how much they're selling it for, or I think we do. But this is amazing. So I'm having a hard time figuring out what's going on with that. I still haven't come up with an exact where to write it down and where to put it. Like filing system kind of thing. I'm thinking maybe on one of these shelves or something here. This is a CD case. I'm at a total loss where I wrote it and put it down. I have a sense of where it is, but at least 1 shirt sold, maybe 2. All my stickers, I had 5 of them there, all sold. That's super cool. That, of course, is this. Oh, that's the sticker. And then the shirt, of course, is this. Oh, and the one I do know sold is the black pink. It might, maybe both of those sold. I didn't see any of them. So there's 4 shirts remaining at my skate shop black market. And so I see 2 pink and whites and 2 black and whites. So very encouraged about this. We want to do more of that because I don't know if they sold them for $1 or $2, but if people want these stickers, I want to offer it to them. You know, super cool. So, and I need to resupply them with some stickers. I need to get some more made. Okay, so that's really good. And I need to collect whatever's coming to me for the sales. So we got to figure that out too. But I don't mind that. I'm not. It's all everything, just like TikTok, just like the merch. Everything's a test. If it's working, we want to do more of it, right? All right. I guess I'm going pretty fast through this. Trump's gonna stop. I think I'll just keep this on here for sure for the time being, possibly the whole time he's in office. I guess Jimmy Carter passed away today at 100 years old. I was going to research it, but now I'm not so worried about it. But after Jimmy Carter, who's the oldest living president? I guess it's Biden, right? Or George Bush. The older George Bush, did he pass away? I think he did. I think I remember his, George W. Bush doing a eulogy for his dad, if I remember correctly, for a while back. So I do think he had passed away. That would make Biden the oldest living president. And I know some would argue he's not ever the real president. Okay. But the thing is, Trump's back in office. So if Trump got the win last time, who would be in office now, right? We got to think about that. So, and of course, I did see a little thing, who's running next time. There's some names. It starts right away, and it's very fun for people that like that kind of stuff. But the odds-on favorite is clearly J.D. Vance, right? So as long as he sticks with the program, supports President Trump, and doesn't play games, I think he's the odds-on favorite. And you have to ask, why did Trump pick him over any number of people, right? So that's a good endorsement. It's really what it is it's an endorsement, for the heir apparent, So you will be glorified. Yeah, I'm gonna have to revisit that now. We had our little ministry thing coming to an end, and now we can just I just let things settle a little bit, and then I'll bring it up again. But a little disappointing that that's not happening, because that was an opportunity, I thought, to work on music a little bit. We were just doing old hymns and stuff, but I think we could have practiced some stuff. It probably really wouldn't have worked, but maybe it could have. But anyhow, we'll just see. So I wrote a lot last week. Well, I guess current events wise. I forgot about my next song, but I just remembered it. And I had another idea for a song, but I'm gonna have to check what I prefer. I think because I came up with the hook for the other song, I have to go with the one I just came up with. The other one I thought through too, but we'll come back to that. Current events, nothing really standing out, I guess. Just trying to find out more about the whole. I guess they reported on shootings in North Seattle and Aurora, or east of I-5 being maybe Lake City, and I guess the numbers are pretty similar, but yeah, I think we can kind of tell what it's coming from. So anyhow, there was a lot going down at one point. It seems to settle down for the time being, saying they're being more aggressive, arresting some of these people involved in the sex trafficking. So that would be a good thing, but we'll see. Not much to say about it, though. But I could make a song about that today. We'll see. All right. So the song I am working on is called "You a Swine, No Pearls for You." And so let's give it a go. You a swine? Okay. If the shoe fits, wear it. If the husk split, spare it. Consumption's a no-no. Depends on your MO. If it's a no-go, it's still I though. Cause the distinction. Cause we thinking, is you thinking? Or are you gonna take a pass? Overwhelmed? If inclined, I'll show the path, the math, the calculation, the craft, anticipation, what's coming next. Since you know so much, you won't guess, right? You a swine, no pearls for you. Is this the time? If so, you're through, because what's about to go down is under God's purview. You a swine, no pearls for you. Is this the time? If so, you're through, because what's about to go down is under God's purview. Presumptuous, with so much scrumptious, you didn't want to keep up, get left behind in the dust. Is ignorance a must or a choice? That blind spot don't allow you to hear my voice. He said his sheep know his voice, to which I say, bah. They saying there's something old and something new, but I'm saying it's one continuous story. That's got to be true. No time to dine with the swine. It's got you got to get yours. I got to get mine. You a swine, no pearls for you. Is this the time? Is so you through, because what's about to go down is under God's purview. You a swine, no pearls for you. Is this the time? If so, you're through, because what's about to go down is under God's purview. No time like now to get clear on the how. Anyhow, we do it. Anyhow, how do you want it? Will you be like Lord, and have him say, I do not know you? So avoidable is that, but is you a sow? 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 Sow, right? Is you a sow? What was I even going to rhyme with that? That was 2 minutes, I guess. All right. But is you a sow? So I think I did say I'm not going to go as hard this week. But here I am. I'm writing, putting some time in. Sow. Is you a sow? Wow. Wow. I'm not going to go, wow. Who is that? Wow. Who's somebody who kept saying that? Not doing that. Wow. I don't think I said this, but I think because someone would know enough to know that's them, right? But did I even say that yet? Get left behind the dust. Yes, wow. But how would you know? But how would you know? Does a swine know it's a swine? That's kind of an interesting question. Does a cat know it's a cat? I think so. The dog knows it. I think we think. Are pigs considered a little less intelligent than some other animals too? Well, there's people with pet, like pot-belly pigs and stuff. I don't even want to think about that stuff. Okay. Does a swan know it's a swan? Maybe. I'll just write that. Maybe. Even if it does, it still wouldn't know a pearl thinking on this. I'm thinking on this. I'm just gonna probably have to say what I'm gonna have to say. And if somebody sees it another way, oh well. Even if it does, it still wouldn't know a pearl from, I'll just say like this, from a squirrel. Yeah, it would though. From a marble. I personally marvel I've never written this one out. You know, I get Marvel Comics spelled like that. Is that the same? I didn't think of that. Very distracting to look through the dictionary because you see other words and want to, oh, what's that? What's that? You can go like that. All right, Marvel. Maybe this is the equivalent of doom scrolling. You're doom scrolling through the dictionary. You get lost in it. You just can't get yourself out of it. All right. Probably a little better, though. Marvel, oh, like marvelous, right? Something that evokes surprise, admiration, or wonder. I never really thought about marvelous. So, causing wonder or astonishment. Miraculous, supernatural. But that's marvelous. It doesn't say supernatural under Marvel. I personally marvel at how my fellow man can't seem to understand then we go down a list. Pearls of wisdom. So if we say this, let me see if I can do this. Pearls of wisdom, pearls of you always hear pearls of wisdom, right? Pearls of wisdom. Pearls of my Fellow man can't seem to understand pearls of wisdom. Standards of sense. It just came to me, whatever. Since it's lost on so many I smell a stench. Stench. I think I know how it's spelled, but let's double check. By the way, I'm talking to Will. I think we got some more. We're going to do some more shorts or whatever. He's on it. He is on it. Got to ask some of these questions. He's good with it, man. He gets really animated. He goes from totally low-key to animated really quick. Really fun. All right. I didn't mention, I'm getting close. New Year's Day is my day to finish off sharing some of that last video we did. I'm close to the goal. Stench. A strong and foul odor, stink. Stench, just like I thought. All right. I smell a stench. That be coming from a sty. Sty. Never tried to spell it. I think it's S-T-Y, but better, these are all words I've never written out. Just want to make sure. I think we know how to spell it, but I think I want to check. Right at the top. An enclosure for swine. Yes. That be coming from I smell a stench that be coming from a sty. You my mensch. I think that's Jewish or Yiddish for friend, but let me see if that's right. Don't be that. I got the rhyme ready to go. I hope I can do this quick. I have to go over a little because I got to get this in. I don't know if it's going to be in here, but I've heard multiple times, I hear it for Bellevue Ballers and Tate back in the day, and he described the definition of mensch. I don't care. I'm going to go with it. It's not in here. You my mensch. Don't be that guy. I think mensch is friend or something, like a real good friend. Don't be that guy. Yeah, I have to do some research as to what that definition is away from the dictionary. I'm sure it's in there somewhere, right? And if so, maybe I'll use it for a short. Thanks for joining me. on this episode of Back to the Rhymes. Until next time, we'll do it again next week. Have a good week and Happy New Year.